Oñati, awaking the senses. In Oñati, today is history and tomorrow is being constructed. Oñati is a sparkling, unspoilt jewel, a natural area in which every detail is guaranteed to delight and surprise. Oñati is a Basque town, and as such, is imbued with all the characteristics of an age-old culture. Its own language, individual personality, historical roots, and ability to adapt to the changing times. Oñati could be described as a special land. Special due to its history, its heritage, and, without doubt, to the way in which it has been preserved down the centuries. It is also special due to the fact that it was a señorío and county for so many years. The señores, or lords, and later counts of Oñati, held dominion over the town for many centuries, and the region did not become part of Gipuzkoa until 1845, something which left its mark on the personality and awareness of the population. Oñati is often said to be the most historic town in the province of Gipuzkoa, and the great painter Ignacio Zuloaga once described it as the Basque Toledo. It is a town with a strong history, forged in the dark mists of the past. The light of science, however, has revealed the age-old presence of mankind in this region. Oñati suffered much during the endless feudal wars of the Middle Ages, although these skirmishes had a significant influence on its development and evolution. Indeed, the town's coat of arms symbolizes the victory of the Gamboino family over the Oñatino family, represented by an eagle and a deer, respectively. Oñati awakens the senses, both because of what it once was and because of what it is. A walk around Oñati is like taking a trip back in time, uncovering a way of life that now no longer exists. A walk around Oñati is to discover the genuine feeling of all the ages of mankind. This unique town is also the birthplace of a number of prominent figures. One of the most famous being Rodrigo Mercado de Zuazola, who was a very influential man in his day. Born to a humble family, he rose to a high position in the church as a result of his natural talent. Nevertheless, his most lasting achievement was the foundation of Oñati University. He defrayed the construction costs, and in 1548, the university was officially opened. The University of Oñati can hold its own against the great universities of the era, such as Salamanca, Valladolid, and Bologna, among others. Classes continued right up to 1901, when a government decree forced it to close its doors. Although it no longer functions as a university, visitors can still admire the wonderful Renaissance building with its plateresque entranceway which depicts, among other elements, the virtues to which man should aspire. Rodrigo Mercado de Zuazola himself, and evidence that it was built under the protection and patronage of the powerful Emperor Carlos I of Spain and V of Germany. Although the university was built in just 8 years, the San Miguel Parish Church needed more than 3 centuries to gain its current appearance. Many of the secrets of Oñati are located here, either buried underground or standing proud for all to see. Art and human symbolism just waiting to be deciphered. The same can be said of many of the town's other buildings, which meant the world to their illustrious creators. One such building is the Bidaurreta Monastery, a fine example of various styles of architecture, and the resting place of the chief accountant at the court of the Catholic monarchs of Castile, Juan López de Lazaraga, as well as of his wife and followers. After a long struggle, in 1778, the town of Oñati finally succeeded in constructing its own town hall, built literally with blood and sweat. The town, the counts, the noble families and the university, the four pillars on which the history of this town rests. Backdrop to all these events, however, is the Aizcorri mountain range. And its watchtower, Mount Alonia, is intrinsically linked to both the town and its people. High peaks for scanning the future. Time and time again, Oñati has spread its wings and adapted to the changing times. The university contributed knowledge, accompanied by illustrious names in the construction of magnificent palaces. As a result, Oñati is an architectural delight, filled with wonderful buildings set around majestic squares and hidden gardens that sweep us back in time. Oñati develops its senses. It expands and broadens its horizons. It journeys back in both time and space. The town also has strong industrial roots, which date back many years now. Its numerous mills, ironworks, and Gipuzkoa's monopoly over the cocoa trade all helped the town become a leading industrial centre. We should also mention the magnificent work of engineering carried out during the early years of the 20th century by German experts, namely the channeling and use of the water from different rivers for the generation of electricity. Even today, this surprising work enables Oñati to be self-sufficient as regards the electrical power required for domestic use. Oñati has the largest surface area of any town in Gipuzkoa. Its many districts or neighbourhoods contain numerous marvels, just waiting to reveal their charms. One of the most important being the popular architecture of the imposing farmhouses. However, a tour of these districts could hardly fail to include a visit to what is perhaps the town's most famous area, Arantzazu. More than 500 years ago, the Virgin Mary appeared here on a thorn bush to a local shepherd. The sanctuary was built soon after, but it was not until the middle of the 20th century that a number of artists of great renown, both in the Basque Country and the rest of the world, such as Oteiza, Chillida, Basterrechea, and others of the same generation, got together to build the magnificent avant-garde complex that greets visitors as they approach this beautiful mountain site, which provides both a backdrop and inspiration for the building. Beyond its outlying farmhouses, Oñati also enables us to journey back through both time and space to a place inside each of us that is awakened by the beauty of the natural landscape. Although the Aizcorri Nature Reserve is the area's most famous natural area, there are also numerous other paths. All well signposted, which take us around the local area past megalithic monuments, old roads and bridges, remains of craft activities long since disappeared, rivers that disappear right before our eyes in order to reappear just as miraculously a little further downstream. Beautiful landscapes and caves once inhabited by both mankind and animals belonging to now extinct species. Oñati is a paradise for anthropologists and paleontologists. In this sense, and owing to the importance of some local finds, an ambitious project has been launched which aims to recover the inside of Arikrut's cave, a project which will no doubt tell us much about the region's former inhabitants and their dwellings. Further evidence of the importance of this region in environmental terms is the presence of the largest griffon vulture colony in Gipuzkoa, located on the Orkatzetegi crest. Today, Oñati is a modern, thriving, hard-working town, that flourishes on the firm foundations of its age-old heritage. As a result of its deeply rooted traditions, the town has developed a number of industries that successfully compete at an international level. For example, the chocolate-making industry transferred its knowledge to the packaging sector, and today, millions of bars of chocolate are wrapped in elegant covers that are manufactured in Oñati. The town's industrial activities, however, are very intense and extremely varied, as evident in the fact that the majority of its approximately 11,000 inhabitants work in this sector. Oñati feels and evokes feeling. It dances and celebrates. The survival of deeply rooted traditions such as the Corpus Christi Day procession is unique. This procession, which goes back hundreds of years, is an intrinsic part of the town's personality. This regard for tradition can be seen in the international sheepdog trials held annually in the town. The people of Oñati are creative and entrepreneurial. They have inherited the dynamism of a town that has developed not only its industry, but also related business services, tourism, and, as is only natural in the Basque Country, one of the world's most exquisite cuisines. Oñati is sensitive to life. For this reason, it takes the utmost care when sketching its future. And if the University of Oñati played an important role in its past, so Mondragon University is a key part of its present and future, particularly owing to the establishment of a strategic centre focusing on new technologies. The diversification of activities helps the town to build a better future. And this is one of Oñati's most important assets, its ability to adapt to change, foreseeing future trends and implementing the improvements required to survive in the years to come. Oñati calls to our senses. It is a land to see and enjoy.